Hey guys, it's Tally and Trevere, here with more murders on the Yangtze River. So, last time we started case 3, but we kind of had a bit of a detour to look at a flashback of that one mysterious case we keep referencing, where, Shen's brother died. So this time I guess we're going to move on to the real case 3. So, let's get
Real
started.
Yep. We're on a boat, and we just got called off the boat. Or we might still be on the boat.
Oh, and Luke, you should probably
We'll
also
find
introduce
out.
yourself at the start. Because I feel like I always introduce myself and then you're just
yes,
there.
Sorry about that. Hello. Hello, I'm Luke. I am a ghost. I am a ghost who is here watching this stream, providing commentary and insight on mystery things. Hello.
Yes. Alright, yeah, we just received a telegram.
那李毅是我多年好友，咱们铁厂今晨发生了一桩极为诡异的案件。
An extremely mysterious incident. Well, fortunately, that's our specialty.
Yep.
汉阳，
Not just moderately mysterious. It is extremely.
我早就想去汉阳铁厂看看了。
Well, he's excited.
先生，我们接下去装委托吧，反正也顺路。
好，
He's like side quest.
那我们即刻出发。
Side quest. Master Lowe really wants us to get off the ship.
You think he has some hidden agenda?
I'm just saying. Hidden agenda. Same surname as our murder family.
Oh, new location.
Could be a coincidence. It could not be.
吴越春秋中有对干将莫邪炼钢法门的记载。夫神物之化，虚人而成。
Oh boy.
Okay,
Yes,
we're
that's
hopping
how
into
you-
Full Metal Alchemist here.
That's how you make steel, I guess.
You cannot make metal without the transmutation of a human soul.
Of course.
我本以
Of
为
course.
那只是古老的传说，但它却
But
在
we
今
found
时
a body in the iron, I guess.
Yikes.
You know how it is.
That sounds super painful. Well, there we go.
Maybe they were already dead. Well,
The haunted furnace. Sounds great.
that did look like mostly an intact body, but like they could have been dead before they got dropped in.
That is very true. We got to see very little. Obviously, we have
Yeah.
to try going the other way first,
Yeah.
and that does not work.
Yes.
二位就是船长引荐的侦探吧？我是汉阳铁厂会办李毅。在下沈仲平，这是我的助手阿福。烦劳大人，说下这起事件的经过。今晨，平炉车间的钉匠木不慎坠入钢水包中，引发了爆炸。
表面听起来就是一起意外事故，是有什么问题吗？
You did say accident.
Yeah.
这钉匠木坠入钢水包之时，有2位工人目睹了经过。他们都说钉匠木是凭空出现在平炉2层的。
啊？凭空出现？
正是，没人看到他上去，但眨眼的功夫他就站在那儿了。
I wonder if he could have been, like, dropped from above or something?
Okay, sorry, my
如此，工人间开始流传些怪力乱神之说，弄得
Sorry, what were
人
you
心
saying?
惶惶。
My connection cut out for a second, connection to the spirit world and all that. I missed the first part of why do you think this wasn't an accident?
Basically, he said that two people witnessed this and said that he just appeared out of thin air, that nobody saw him go
Out
up
of
there.
thin air, okay.
And he just kind of appeared there and fell down.
He was just sort of there, and then he fell. All right. It sounds like some kind of skylight and or contraption.
Yep. It's all tied to that one case.
It's all connected.
Yep.
I've connected the two dots.
还望沈先生于今日之内查明情况，以安定人心，恢复生产。
放心交给我们吧，会办大人。我家先生可是专业的。
We spend like 5 minutes there. Yeah, it's definitely ghost. Sorry.
失陪了。
啊？哎，我还没来得及问具体是什么留言呢。
我们先去事
I
故现
guess
场
we'll
看
have
看。
to like talk to people. Ugh, talking to people in a
Talking to the
detective
source of the
game.
rumors is probably more effective than talking to this guy. Oh.
Molten steel is flowing out from the outlet. What a grand sight.
No, that's
Yeah,
all.
that was it.
Go about
Who's
those
just
statues
gonna
in the
be
office?
like
Okay.
on the entire time?
Statues have something to do with his death. Oh, hey! It's Auntie Vu. How'd you get here before us?
What are you doing
She took the
here?
express
Yeah,
boat.
You got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. Auntie, you're here as well?
I actually don't remember who was voicing her. Was I? Was I doing it?
I think that was you.
I think so. The
Yeah, I
official
think so.
said that something terrible happened here and asked me to come and examine the body. I rushed over here the second I arrived. I haven't even had the time to eat lunch yet.
But, Auntie, can you still examine the body after it fell into a furnace?
Yeah, I definitely wonder what state that would be in at that point.
It's like,
I guess would you have to like...
I've been watching videos of a person watching a lot of Bones episodes recently. And it's like, this is the exact opening of a Bones episode. It's like literally no one else can examine this body because, well...
Like, would you have to, like,
on
cool
TV,
it
it's just,
down
like,
and then, like...
Good, I guess.
Cut them out of it? How would you do that?
Cut them out of it and then examine
sounds
whatever
horrific.
isn't melted
Yeah.
into
Oh my god.
into an
that's awful.
unrecognizable blob.
Yep.
I'm like, and also this still didn't answer the question. We were on that boat for multiple days.
Yeah, well, she was on the express boat.
Oh, they had an express boat.
I guess. I don't know. Did we take the direct route there? I have no idea.
I mean, it's a river. I have to assume there's only the one route.
Well, we could have, like, stopped in places. I don't know.
We could have stopped, I guess. We did spend a very long time going through that flashback.
Maybe she was just on a faster boat.
Maybe we were in dock for like a day.
Maybe she was just on the
and they're
same
like,
boat as
Hey,
us.
do you guys want to like get off? And
Okay.
it's like Shen is doing his like deep concentration flashback mode, and Afu's like, shh, don't disturb him.
Yep. What's there to examine? He's all ashes now. I don't have any godlike abilities to help me distinguish a corpse from slag.
Yeah, even if Auntie was the reincarnation of Song Si, it's still impossible.
At least you get the point, unlike them. So it seems like you two are overseeing this matter as well. That is correct. Auntie Vu, do you have any information on this case? The deceased is called Ting Ta Feng. He was 45 years old and the foreman of the factory floor. There are lots of rumors about the cause of his incident, but most of them can't be taken seriously.
Auntie, have you heard the rumors too? Come on, tell me.
You little rascal. Why are you always so interested in chasing shadows? Without an autopsy, it'll be even more difficult to uncover the truth.
You're right, Auntie.
He fell from the second floor, so you should go there. No need to waste your time here.
You say that, but there might be optional dialogue.
Auntie Vu, is the corpse mixed with the slag? Still thinking about an autopsy. If you could separate them, I'll examine the body for you. We're gonna have to dig through that to see if we can find parts.
Who's like, I volunteer.
It seems we will not be able to obtain any clues from the corpse this time.
You haven't let a Fu work his magic.
Oh boy.
He'll be smelling the iron and being like, no, this one smells like blood.
Okay.
Why is this area blocked off by ropes?
Someone is protecting the scene by using the ropes as a boundary line.
Such a careful and professional arrangement must have been the work of Auntie Vu.
She's the only one who knows how to tie caution tape around
She's
here.
the only competent person here.
Stop licking my boots. It was already like this when I got here.
Huh? Who could it have been? I don't think a Fu knows a mode other than hype man. If you're his buddy, he's your hype man.
This is ladle number 2, the ladle that the foreman fell into.
The ladles are 2 meters tall and can hold up 30 tons of molten steel at a time.
Of course he would just know that off the top of his head.
Yeah. Iron is his second special interest after wood.
Yeah.
Chen, we'll reach the site of the incident when we go up from here.
Hopefully all the crucial evidence will still be there. Well, obviously we have to go somewhere else first.
Feels like a... Yeah, this feels like a... You can't turn back once you hit this point.
Well, we can't go anywhere else either. Alright, I guess let's go.
Every time.
Afu, what is the matter?
Look, there's scorch marks all over the stairs. The explosion was caused by the incident.
Yeah, I guess there's a big splash.
Even the stairs were affected. The splash range of the explosion must have been quite wide.
This means that no one could approach these stairs for quite a while, even after the explosion. Guess they're lucky that nobody was in range. Or at least, do we know that? Was anyone else
Lucky
injured?
or lucky.
Yeah, maybe someone set it up.
This was planned meticulously. Perhaps with the aid of a contraption. This one might not be contraptions. I'm actually joking. When I say this one might be a
Is
contraption.
this lever used to open the molten steel outlet?
That's right. This is a very thoughtful design.
How is that so?
Look, this lever is really long. You have to stand here to open the outlet shutter.
Also, I noticed it doesn't, like, close by itself. He had to actually move it to close it.
Yeah. So not that thoughtful.
But it's still, like... it's still in the range of the blast, so presumably nobody was operating it at that time.
Yeah, which is an
designed this way to
important...
prevent the workers from getting burned. Yeah. But again, they could have just opened it and then left.
Yeah, and then just left it there.
Yeah. Just left it open.
Snuck off. That's right. The molten steel in the furnace can reach a temperature of 1600 degrees Celsius. Once the shutter is opened, the temperature close by rises rapidly. It's much safer to open the furnace from such a distance.
Oh.
Just hop over it. It's probably fine.
Yep.
There's only molten steel here.
Actually, I wonder what that's made of to, like, withstand that molten steel.
Yeah, it's gotta be something with a higher melting point.
Yeah. This is where Foreman Ting's falling incident took place. You are able to see the workers in the opposite metal casting area from here.
I.e., you're able to establish witnesses.
Yeah.
You can also see the ladle directly below. It's ginormous, like a well. Wells, famously ginormous. Do you not remember the last case?
Yep.
When the incident happened, the well was filled with red-hot molten steel. It sure looks like the entrance to hell.
No, this is the entrance leading to the truth. So
okay,
cheesy.
and you can't just phrase everything with the truth and have it be profound. Shen, let's begin investigating.
Oh, alright. Well, there's something here.
And there's some grayish-white powder underneath the railing. On closer examination, there are small particles that have a lingering, pungent smell, which is why I shoved them directly up my nose.
Huh. The heck could that be? Wafu, do you know what this is?
I can't think of anything right now, but this must be a residue of something that was burnt.
Definitely is reminding me of that other investigation.
It almost does look like some kind of contraption.
Yep. What is this red?
I think you might want to go slightly above it because there's a railing missing.
Yeah.
Okay, no? Alright.
No.
That railing... Oh, wait, there we go.
The section of the railing next to the molten steel outlet is missing.
You're right. Judging from the structure, there should be a movable crossbar here. Well, I honestly would hope that it wouldn't be movable, but I guess it was
why would
movable.
it be movable? Was there ever some reason to go
Just
that
in
way?
case you need a contraption. This design makes it much more convenient to clean the molten steel outlet. Okay,
that's
fine, if it's convenient for cleaning. But where did the crossbar go? Could it be that it fell into the ladle?
This detail is quite suspicious. You wanna look at the random scorch marks and stuff at all?
Let's see.
You say that this was open.
Yeah. Although there are scorch marks on the molten steel outlet shutter, it's still intact. It seems like a furnace explosion accident didn't occur at the time. But there was an explosion. Yeah, let's see. Maybe the ladle itself? Okay.
Yeah, just look at the different parts of
Chen,
it.
this is the molten steel basin. Once the shutter is open, molten steel of 1600 degrees Celsius flows through here into the ladle. When that happens, the temperature close by will be extremely hot.
This is the ladle that Foreman Ting fell into. It is now empty.
Huh? Where did the molten steel go?
Perhaps the workers may know something about this.
Yeah, because it's like, it seemed like the one that was... okay. It seemed like the one that was marked off by the rope was the one that had the slag and the body in it, which would imply that they fully replaced the ladle after taking it away. Which feels like a weird thing to do in the wake of a suspicious enough accident that you're calling detectives.
Yeah. Well, I don't see anything else that's suspicious looking.
Yeah, let's see. I assume that you're clicking everything, we just can't really see it.
I'm clicking on
What about
occasional
the
things.
end of the lever?
No, I can't seem to click on that.
Okay, the other side of the fence with the movable bars?
Nope.
Oh.
There are scorch marks all over the railings. Foreman Ting's fall caused an explosion. Afu, although quite a few people have mentioned the sound of an explosion on site, could it be possible that the explosion occurred first, then Ting fell into molten steel after?
The human body contains a lot of water. When water meets molten steel, it will vaporize and its volume will expand 1,000 times.
Holy shit! Oh, that's a way to die.
We're really hoping he was dead beforehand.
Yeah, really hoping.
So if a person were to fall into molten... yeah, if a person were to fall into molten steel, it's bound to cause an explosion.
Then, if the explosion occurred first and Ting fell after, there would have been 2 explosions. However, the workers only saw 1 explosion. It must have been caused by Ting's fall.
100% correct.
Okay.
I have to say, the sentence, the human body is mostly made of water, is like never ever uttered in any positive context.
Yep.
Like, if somebody's mentioning this, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Afu, are these big crane hooks used to transport the ladle?
Yep, these are the crane hooks of the bridge crane. It can lift up to 50 tons of load.
Ooh.
Shen, be careful of the molten steel up ahead. Just hop over it, Shen, it'll be fine.
I am unable to get any closer due to the heat. Okay. They're saying we shouldn't go there.
I will say, as far as you cannot proceed further in this area, there's a literal trail of molten steel in your way is a pretty good one.
Yep.
Shen, this is the charging area behind the furnaces. The workers working here should probably know something, right?
Is this fuel that is piled up here?
This is bulk material, mostly lime and fluorite in the sort.
So you need lime to make steel.
Yup. bulk materials are used to separate impurities from the molten steel. So lime is also one of those classic we need to hide a body materials. Huh? How come there's a big sheet of tarpaulin here?
It's just gonna...
So they kept steel scraps prepared for smelting piled underneath here. It's well protected.
Is it?
They're like, we're detectives, we can do whatever we want.
Yep. Can steel scrap be used as raw material? These steel scraps are already quite rusty.
You know what else was rusty? That skylight from 3 years ago. Clearly, they're related.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of the... That's the advantage of the open hearth process. Steel scraps can be used as raw materials.
Oh, this takes us back. This takes us
Go to
back
the right,
platform?
no.
Mister, I am Shen Chengping. I was entrusted to investigate Foreman Ting's falling incident. Could I have a moment of your time? Do you
should
want
I?
to take this guy then?
Yeah. Don't call me mister, I ain't used to that. I'm just a furnace charger. The name's Lee Chen Han. You can call me Old Lee. Honestly, I do feel like a cowboy preserves the... preserves the vibe I think they're kind of going with. Ask all you want. Gives me time to rest a bit.
Miss... Old Lee, what are you mainly responsible for?
I'm responsible for charging the furnace. I'm also in charge of opening and closing the outlet. Well, we have some questions for Old Lee then.
Does charging the furnace mean to add fuel to the furnace?
Not fuel, but bulk materials.
Okay, what the heck is all this? Oh boy.
Remember, this will be on the test.
Interesting. That's cool though, that they give us all these details.
If you want the steel to be of high purity, you need to add bulk material in every now and then.
Are there any other workers on the second floor platform?
There are a few helpers, but last night was just a trial production. I didn't ask them to come.
Trial? Trial of what?
Of what? Yeah, they were making new steel. It takes 4 hours to purify steel. Oh, he's got a cool pipe.
Yep. He's got something tied to it in a little bag.
And since every single sprite has been important, we're just going to take a note of this. Pipe with a little bag in it. It could just be smoking like snuff and stuff.
That would make
but
sense,
it
yeah.
It could be also murder things.
Yep.
He's wearing gloves, which does make sense when you're working in a furnace. But we'll keep a note of that. He's wearing gloves. It takes 4 hours to purify steel in a furnace, so it's enough for me to handle alone. He's a lone wolf, a rebel, a renegade. You don't look so well, Old Lee. Haven't you rested? I just pulled an all-nighter and was going to rest today. But then, the incident happened.
You think if an incident happened, they would, like, send people home and you would not have to work?
No, the foreman,
but I guess they're there
the
for the
deputy foreman
investigation.
was very clear on this. This is capitalism time, roughly. We've got industry. We've got... I don't actually know the history of capitalism in Chinese systems specifically, but like this is clearly an industrial revolution era, and
yeah, but he was also saying like,
work.
oh, you need to solve this incident quickly so that people can get back to work. But I guess he was more saying that like
people can get back to work. I can't.
That like morale is down and like they're supposed to be working, but they're not being effective enough.
But like the problem we need to help these people come to terms with watching one of their coworkers die because it's really cutting into our profit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very specific attitude. Those punks don't have the guts to work, so they're just grabbing on to me and draining me dry. Once Shen gets to the bottom of this, you'll be able to take a break. Take a break? That's just like looking forward to seeing the moon on New Year's Eve.
This poor man.
Don't count on it.
I feel so bad for him.
Hope he's not the murderer, but
Yeah.
ask all you want. Gives
I
me time
mean,
to rest.
honestly, if he is, I don't know if I would blame him. Working in these conditions.
We'll have to find out why, but
Yeah.
like...
What kind of person was Foreman Ting?
He's a stubborn, one-track-minded guy who's not so popular. He's so obsessed with steel technology that he'd even forget to pay our wages.
See, there we go,
Okay,
motive.
now if he did it, I'm on his side. Solidarity! Ever since he started worshipping the gods, he became even less human. He even provoked.
That is interesting.
Provoked what? Never mind. It's not important, and especially not for this case. There's no point in talking about this, since he's already dead.
No, please do tell us.
There's no point in it.
Okay, yeah, about the worshiping.
Yeah, about that.
Old Lee, please tell us more about the Foreman worshipping gods. We need to have a comprehensive understanding of him. Oh.
You also think his death is related to that statue?
Statue? What statue?
He must have been possessed to provoke that sort of thing. They all say that it's easy to invite a god, but hard to send one away. If you neglect them, you could be possessed by an evil spirit, or worse, you may get killed. Old Lee, you still haven't told us what Foreman Ting was worshipping, though? No, I just can't. It's unspeakable. I like how Old Lee just kind of starts as a random guy and then gets steadily more this. I advise you both to stay far away from the shrine in the office.
We're going to the shrine in the office. Got it, thanks.
Got it.
Were you working here when the incident occurred?
Mm-hmm. I've been busy working here since last night. After pulling an all-nighter, the molten steel in furnace number 1 was finally ready. Once the ladle was filled, I checked the quality of the molten steel and closed outlet number 1. But we had to close it afterwards.
Well, that was outlet number 2.
Somebody undid it. Okay, yeah, you might be right. Outlet number 2 is the one... Okay, I guess we'll find out with the explosion. After that, I came back, started the autoloader, and started preparing for the next batch.
Autoloader.
I was shoveling materials into Furnace 1 and suddenly heard a boom. I saw Furnace 2, yeah, okay, Furnace 2 emitting smoke. The molten steel splashed everywhere and the railings on fire. I thought it was a furnace explosion, but it wasn't.
Someone opened the outlet in advance. Dun,
Okay, so
dun,
it seems
dun.
like he was not the one to open it.
Well, at least he says so.
Yeah. How could you be sure that someone else had opened it?
The lever was in the buckle, so someone must have done it. Is it possible you opened it yourself, but then forgot about it? No way. I couldn't have opened up furnace number 2 after I just finished working on furnace number 1.
How literally does he mean that? Like, is it not possible?
After I finish work on furnace 1, it takes 1 hour to begin work on furnace 2.
What does that mean, though? Does it mean that he has, like, 1 hour of work to do before he can start the next task? Or that there's literally something stopping him?
It just takes 1 hour. He walks from furnace 1 to furnace 2, and there's one of those blackout time skips, and it says 1 hour later. It's like an unskippable cutscene.
Yeah, I guess so. But this sounds like something that you could conveniently use as an alibi. Be like, oh, it takes 1 hour.
Alibi, yeah.
But there's nothing actually stopping him.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Is this why you think Foreman Ting pulled the lever himself? I don't know, but it could only have been him, right?
Throughout this process, did you see Foreman Ting?
Nope, I didn't see him at all.
Who's this lady?
Actually, I only knew what happened after I heard Old Chow and the others talking about the incident. Wasn't Old Chow one of the workers who witnessed the incident? Yeah, I heard him say that Ting appeared next to the molten steel outlet out of thin air. Everyone's guessing it was the 5 ghost teleportation magic. That classic 5 ghost teleportation magic.
Of course.
All in all, it's strange business, I tell ya.
Okay, I guess that's
Classic
it.
5 ghost teleportation. Why is this door locked? That door is for the transportation of minerals. An elevator is on the other side. This door is usually locked and only opens when we're transporting minerals.
So we're gonna have to figure out how and when and why it was open that day, right?
Yeah. When was the last time minerals were transported up here? Let me think. It would have been 2 days ago. So 1 day before the incident. During our very long flashback.
Yep.
I finally get to see an autoloader with my own eyes. So this is what the structure of a crown block is like.
If we go further, we would be able to go around. Would we be able to go around the left side of furnace number 1?
Molten steel is coming out from there. Oh, we'd better not go over there.
Okay. Guess we can go back this way. I think we've investigated everything up here. Got what he deserved, yikes. No one likes him anyway.
Time to find that statue.
I guess we can go this way now.
Call up some gods.
After something like this, our wages are being paid early. Supervisor Ho, how about... I guess, do you want to take this guy?
That's me. Oh, Wu, keep your mouth shut. Just take the money and go. Like...
I don't think I've seen this young man before.
We're not here to get paid. We're here to investigate the case. I guess I'm me.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can do this guy.
Yeah. Ho Su-heng, this is Mr. Shen and his assistant, Apu. They are here to investigate the matter of Foreman Ting's falling incident.
I see. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I almost forgot this important matter. Ho Su-heng, please make a deposit for Mr. Shen. Oh my god, we're getting paid for this.
Your Honor, I cannot accept this for nothing. We're literally doing a job for him, though.
Mr. Shen, I will reward you properly after you find out what exactly happened.
Well... You need not refuse, Mr. Shen. The sooner everything is clear, the less damage the ironworks will have to sustain.
And it seems that if we don't accept the money, Mr. Deputy Administrator can't be at ease.
All right. Look at us getting paid.
We're true entrepreneurs.
I don't like that it's a clue, though.
I don't like that it's a clue. I don't like that these are specifically silver coins right after a flashback where we met a guy whose middle name is Iscariot. I don't think they're going for Bible references exactly, but like...
Wait, are
I don't love
silver
that.
coins a Bible reference?
Yeah, it's the 30 pieces of silver that Judas Iscariot took to sell out Jesus.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that they are making that reference. I think it's just a coincidence, but it's a very weird one.
Insisted on giving us coins engraved with specific... That's going to be relevant somehow. Also, let's take a
Yeah,
look at
it's
what
going
we've
to be
got here
relevant
now.
somehow.
What new stuff have we got?
We have so much new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is Hanyang Ironworks a real place?
I guess so.
Interesting. And then what have we got here? Crown block. Okay.
All right.
Alright, well, let's go from left to right, I guess. If you have anything to ask me, I will gladly tell you everything I know. What are your duties, Mr. Ho? I am the supervisor of funds. All things related to money here fall under my responsibility, such as bookkeeping, managing bills, as well as the purchasing of goods and materials.
And paying wages?
Well, it sounds like Ting was at least blamed for that. You're a smart cookie, young boy, but I'm not the one who's in charge of paying the wages. Usually the workers' wages are paid by the foreman directly, but that's why I'm doing it. I just heard from the workers that the wages for this month are being paid earlier than usual. Probably on account of the incident. Indeed, Mr. Lee has instructed me to do so, hoping that this will calm everyone down. You two probably don't know that the Siemens Martin furnace in this incident was very expensive.
Excuse you, Apu knows everything about the Siemens Martin furnace.
Yep. After the incident, people on the factory floor were terrified, causing production to stagnate. For each day the furnace is not in operation, thousands of silver coins will be lost.
No wonder Mr. Deputy Administrator seemed so anxious.
If you have anything to ask me, I will gladly tell you everything I know. How was your relationship with Mr. Foreman Ting, Mr. Ho? My daily work intersected with Foreman Ting's, so I guess we were quite familiar.
What kind of person was Foreman Ting?
He treated people a bit harshly, so he was not very popular among the workers. However, I know that he was just too obsessed with studying metallurgy.
Obsessed with what he loved. I totally get him. But as we've learned, loving things makes you a murderer.
Exactly.
So.
I heard that he had a habit of worshipping a statue. Do you know when it started, Mr. Ho? If you're asking about the statue, it's a long story. The quality of our steel products was not stable, so we didn't have a steady flow of funds. Uh-oh. Mr. Sheng imported a German Siemens Martin furnace and ordered Mr. Lee to improve quality. Wait, who's Mr. Sheng? I don't think we've met him yet.
He might be like the head administrator?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe?
We thought the problem would be solved, but our steel rails still have quality defects. Mr. Lee placed the burden onto Foreman Ting. Ting made a pledge, promising he would get the job done.
So that's when Foreman Ting began worshipping the gods.
That statue was originally acquired by Mr. Lee. It was meant to be a symbol of luck. Okay, so Mr. Lee would probably know more about what it is and what it means. Who would have thought that Foreman Ting would become obsessed with worshipping the gods? He often closed himself off inside the office all day long. He was definitely up to no good.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a guy who's a little too into religion. That sounds like a guy who is doing some embezzling.
I don't know if it was embezzling necessarily, or doing some kind of shady shit. Probably getting involved with some kind of unsavory people who offed him when they, decided it was time.
Yep.
He became unusually thin and pale, with a withered face. He kept on mumbling strange things. What did he say? I don't quite remember. Something about Chinese teachings and Western teachings?
Chinese traditional values for foundation, Western ideology for practical use?
That's it. He said to make steel in Hanyang, do as the ancient Hanyangers do. Well, that probably goes back to the human sacrifice legend.
Human sacrifice.
I guess he decided to go back to the traditional ways. I don't think he was, literally sacrificing people for the steel.
Yeah.
But maybe, figuratively sacrificing people, if you know what I mean.
I'm honestly wondering, so do you remember in the last case, we saw a close-up of those, medications for, Shiwen with opium withdrawal and whatever.
Yeah.
We saw that in a very specific up close way.
Yes.
But it didn't really factor into the case, except maybe as flavor for why nobody wanted him to be.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that stuff came up again.
Yeah. So I'm immediately here, like, getting really thin, pale, mumbling things. I'm like, maybe that was just drugs. Maybe, like, I don't think that really helps you to make pure steel, but maybe he was doing some kind of, like, Oracle of Delphi, get high and talk to the gods kind of shit.
Maybe, I don't know. I regret that I haven't paid more attention. Otherwise, none of this would have... Hi, kitty. Do we need a cat pet break?
Cat pets.
Is my hand tasty? I need that hand to play game with. So cute. Were you present when the incident occurred, Mr. Ho? I was checking inventory, and I only heard a bang. When I got there, the fire had been put out. How long did it take him to get there? Like, putting out the fire seems like it would take a long while.
Especially since nobody could go up the ladder.
I didn't know until after that it was... Mr. Ho, when and where was the last time you saw Foreman Ting? I ran into him yesterday evening, right around here. It was almost payday, so I was busy verifying the account book. I went to double-check workers' attendance with Foreman Ting. But when I met up with Foreman Ting, he still appeared absent-minded. He didn't respond when I called out to him. He walked into the office and locked himself inside. Everyone knows that he locks the door when he's worshipping the gods.
That's definitely not a cover for any shady business.
When you saw him yesterday, was there anything else unusual about him? Nothing else, no. Oh, I do remember a small detail, though. I don't know if it counts. When I ran into him yesterday, he was wearing a headcloth. I've never seen him wear one before. Concerning?
Yeah, so, like, I'm hoping that this isn't gonna veer into, like... My thought is, okay, you could be doing this to establish this is the clothes that Foreman Ting is wearing, so you toss, like, a dummy into the molten steel, and it's like, well, Foreman Ting's dead.
Yeah, because, like, they wouldn't be able to identify the body.
Can't go... Yeah. So it's like, we just need the headcloth to be like, I don't know, we couldn't fake the hair or whatever, so it's like, I'm just here wearing a headcloth for no reason. I am going to assume for the time being that this statue worship thing is like, there is a legitimate Chinese tradition that he's just like practicing, and people are just like, yeah, he's just getting a little intense about it, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than
I do think we should
like...
try to get more details on that statue, like what
yeah,
kind of god is it?
I want to know what's
like,
up
what
with
is
the statue.
this?
I
What is this specific
exactly...
religious practice that he's
what
into
is
now?
The specific... Exactly.
And does
like,
it involve
like to know
human
what's
sacrifice?
Does it involve human sacrifice? I'm probably not.
I mean, the whole thing at the intro was like, oh, someone must be sacrificed for the steel.
Human sacrifice to create as the Hongyangers do, but like, yeah, no, I want to know what exactly is the specific worship he's doing, you know?
And hello, Donix Nova. Can I be detective too? Sure, why not? We're all detectives here, I guess.
Detectives!
All put on our detective hats.
Into the detective club.
Yes.
The Pretty Boy Detective Agency.
Thinks it's stuffy, so he rarely wears one. This detail deserves attention.
Why is he wearing... He's... I wrote it down, Shen. I helped.
Okay, I think that's it.
The incident is a serious matter. If there's anything you want to know, Mr. Shen, just ask.
Mr. Deputy Administrator, please tell us more about Foreman Ting. Everyone is sus? Yeah, I mean, that's how these games go, I guess. Suspect everyone.
Everyone is a suspect.
Am I a suspect?
We're a suspect.
Yes,
Of who's
exactly.
a suspect. Our dead brother is a suspect.
Of course.
No one is above suspicion. Foreman Ting began working at this ironworks when it was founded. He learned chemistry and steelmaking and also spent time in the laboratory.
Making drugs?
Making drugs. For the past 6 months, he has been transferred to the factory floor to work as a foreman. Although he was sometimes tough and stubborn, he's always been keen on studying steelmaking. Recently, we imported the most advanced Siemens Martin furnace from Germany. He had been researching on a new method of open hearth steelmaking. But he hadn't found the knack for it yet, and the quality of the last batch was less than ideal. The incident is a oh yeah, sorry.
Mr. Lee, I heard that there was something wrong with the quality of the steel rails.
It's hard to explain. I doubt either of you have the technical knowledge to understand. I heard that the hardest part of steelmaking is removing the phosphorus. Fragmentation easily appears in steel with high phosphorus content. Was this the type of problem you were facing? Seems like a Fu knows the ropes. A Fu's like, yeah, I solved that problem ages ago, actually. It was just like getting in the way of my contraption making, so like I fixed it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you fixed it? I fixed steel. I don't know what to tell you.
He fixed steel.
He fixed steel. Indeed. Due to some reasons. The high-quality ores from Daiei were transported to Japan. We only got lower-grade ores.
Rude.
The Bessemer converter we originally had can't remove phosphorus effectively. Okay, so this is a show my partner watches, but there's a line that he memes from it. The show is about stage plays. So he's constantly bringing up when they're trying to put on Macbeth. His reason for why he doesn't want to put on Macbeth is it's a very hard play to stage effectively, like with this little pause. So as soon as he says it, it can't remove phosphorus effectively. So we spent a large sum of money to import the Siemens Martin furnace from Germany. That was probably why the wages were late. They probably literally embezzled it for that. It really takes the painstaking effort of everyone to make good steel.
Yeah, like they keep talking about this fancy, expensive new furnace that's going to be relevant somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is the fancy, expensive furnace that was the problem. It's only natural that we treat industrial prosperity as our duty. The incident is okay, about the incident.
Mr. Deputy Administrator, where were you when the incident occurred?
I was busy entertaining a guest, so I wasn't on the furnace factory
A
floor.
convenient excuse.
Convenient
Entertaining a guest.
Yeah. When I got there, the fire had already been put out. Fortunately, no further damage was caused. And
Everyone
that's the
got there
second
after the
person
fire was put out. Yeah, who's the one putting out this fire?
Did not get there, yes.
Impressions of characters so far,
How did
since you
this
haven't
fire
met
get
anyone
put out
yet.
so quickly?
I mean, basically our only two like recurring characters are Shen and Afu. Yeah.
I mean, we had a recurring character, and then he did a murder on us.
And also the rest
He
of our recurring
betrayed our
characters we kind of left behind in the other
We
place.
ditched them, but
So we're already
but
far
then
away.
Auntie Vu. We
Auntie Vu is
sailed
there,
3
yeah.
days on a boat,
And she
and
was
then
still
Auntie
there.
Vu's here, and we're like, how did you get here?
I mean, you haven't met the entire cast yet. Well, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna meet other characters later. We are on case 3. I don't know how
Case
many
3.
cases there are in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, Dawn, if you know the rest of the game, please don't, like, spoil anything about other characters and whatnot.
We don't want spoils. We
So,
want to
yeah,
be...
just-
we
We'll
want to
meet people when
experience
we
this
meet them.
organically. Yes, let's see. I mean, impressions. The first judge we met seemed really chill with our shenanigans, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Officer Ma seemed like he was going to be our Detective Gumshoe. And then
he killed a guy.
He did a murder on us. He killed a guy. He killed a woman to frame another guy, and then that other guy did a murder conveniently the same day.
Yep.
It's like
Excellent.
you sell your soul to the devil, and then that's I guess what deals with the devil are like. It's like it's never gonna work out.
Yeah. I guess I don't have any, like, particularly strong feelings about characters so far. But yeah, I'm just interested.
They're fun.
see what, like-
Shadow Shen.
Yeah,
is
the
interesting.
Shadow Shen thing is very fun.
We're just
I'm so
like,
curious what's
"Who
gonna happen
are
with
you?"
that.
Hi.
Shadow Shen is my
a
favorite.
thing
Yeah,
that-
he's very dramatic.
Yes. A thing that, like, coming into this game from the Ace Attorney franchise, I was very prepared for, here is the 11th hour, all hope seems lost, and then you get encouragement from your ghost mentor, you know, it's like, Phoenix, believe in yourself, you haven't looked at all the clues yet, and it was very funny to be in that place emotionally and instead get Shadow Shen being like, hey, you fucking idiot, like, you need me to solve this case for you?
Yep.
And we're just like, who are you?
So good. That reveal
What
was
is
so
this?
great.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
So yes, we're not sure what's up with that. We've seen the flashback where he started investigating his brother's murder, and it sounds like Shen is getting possessed ? Somehow when he thinks too hard about his
I wouldn't
brother
say it's
being murdered.
possession. I think
but-
it's just purely in his head.
No,
I think he's just like...
No. I'm using possession as a shorthand right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, it looks like there could be something supernatural, but it could also be just a trauma-induced alternate persona.
Yeah. That's
Either
definitely
one of
my
those
theory.
Fits with what we have so far.
Yep.
So it's just like, it seems like that's the origin of the shadow self. Is
Yeah, that does
my
seem to be the
brother
case.
must have died in agony. Oh no, my head hurts somehow now.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting.
that's kind of where we're at.
Alright.
Oh yes, sorry. Although the fire was put out, terrifying rumors began to spread. The workers refused to work.
How terrible.
I hope that Mr. Shen is able to uncover the truth as soon as possible.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Alright, we did it. No more questions. Now, what's it? Other characters. We haven't really met him, but we're very suspicious of Joseph and Watson. Those two are up to no good.
Did the guy give us money? Yes, we did get money. We got specifically
Yes.
silver coins from
We are
some
officially-
specific origin. And I'm very concerned,
Yes.
A, the fact that that's considered a
it's
clue,
gonna be
and B,
relevant.
the fact that it's so specific.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the
It's
origin
not-
of that
it's
money is going to be something important somehow.
Like, why do we need to know this?
Yeah. The roar of these machines is deafening.
Shen, this is the sound of the industry's heartbeat. Come on, Shen. If you're not gonna personify the machines, why are we even here?
Why did Mr. Lee make us cast these ingots?
Keep your mouth shut. Someone's coming.
Please do talk to us.
Are these ingots made from the furnace that Foreman Ting fell into?
I should hope not.
I mean, if
guess
so,
maybe.
the fact that the ones on the left are very red is super suspicious.
I mean, I don't think that the red would be from, like, I don't know, like, what does cause...
I mean, it could just be
redness?
heat.
Yeah.
It could just be they're
Could be
cooling
heat. It
down,
could be,
but,
like,
I don't know,
oxidation of some kind, I don't know.
suspicious. That's right. You gentlemen should stay away from this kind of unlucky thing. Yeah, I think this is just, like, corpse ingot.
Yeah, it was... Like, I don't know the specifics of this process, like, what part he fell into. Was that, like, the... I don't know.
Well, it was supposed to be
the
the one that was
phosphorus.
roped off with
Yeah,
the
like
flag.
Yeah, I think he was in the, like... What's it? Like, the waste product, not the actual output steel, right?
I don't think so, no. Like, if he fell into the furnace, if he fell into the big, the ladle, that's where the steel was going. That's not the runoff. And that's the thing. It's like, this is not, you know...
Yeah, I don't really know how this works.
It's not just like, oh, a guy died on the job. It's a guy died on the job, and now all his corpse scoop is in our product.
Yep. Lovely. I guess we can investigate these ingots and see if we find
these ingots.
Any human parts.
Just bring them over to Antivu. It'll be difficult to deal with later on if the molten steel cools down inside the ladle.
Yes, I guess they had to actually pour it off and... Even so, we can't use these. The blood and bones are forming tinger in here. I'm, like, struggling to say this, but honestly, that's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it gives me the creeps.
It'll be incredibly brittle. The human body is mainly composed of water and Carmen. See? It never comes up in a good context. Its density is less than molten steel. His body wouldn't sink into the molten steel, but would float on the surface and flow into the tank.
I mean, I guess that's a little bit reassuring.
A little
but
reassuring.
Still horrifying.
Yeah, the composition of the human body never comes up in a nice context. So, in essence, these are just ordinary steel ingots.
Then, do you think his soul could be in these ingots?
Wu, keep your mouth shut. It's time to get back to work.
But Master, I'm afraid the shrine will unleash its powers again.
The shrine!
Please wait. Again.
If you pay me money, I will use my powers.
Which means the shrine in the office had unleashed its powers before. No body inside the ingots, but probably cursed. Yep. What shrine? You must be deaf and heard me wrong. We already know all about the shrine. Come on.
We are going to see this shrine. Ken and I both heard you. You definitely said it just now. Misters, that shrine, it's taboo. Look at those sweat droplets. We are entrusted by Mr. Deputy Administrator to investigate the case of the falling incident. The falling incident. If you don't cooperate, you might be convicted of obstruction of justice. Whoa there, Afu. Calm down. Please don't be angry, mister. We'll talk. Like, Afu, we nearly got convicted of obstructing justice. We gotta have a gentle hand with these things.
Yeah, have some sympathy.
About a month ago, Awu and Formanting had a little argument. Awu, young and candid, kicked the shrine. The statue fell. He said some words of disrespect. Then the shrine unleashed its powers.
Well, yeah. There was smoke coming out of the shrine, and there was a gunpowder smell in the air. Oh my god, what is in there?
It's just drugs.
My
Okay.
head started throbbing. I couldn't breathe, but I wanted to cough, so I almost fainted. Yeah, there's.
It's just drugs, you
Oh, boy.
guys.
Then what happened?
King said
Sounds like
Awu
divine
had
retribution
offended
to
the
me.
god of fire. Well, at least this is closer to an answer now, I guess.
Or drugs? Yeah,
Then he
I'd say
kicked
drugs.
everyone out of the room. Like, it's either drugs or it's chemical experiments
Yeah.
or it's both. It could be
Yep.
both. It could be a Breaking
Also, I just
Bad.
noticed, what's on this guy's headscarf? It looks like some kind of crumbs.
There might, yeah. It's another drugged rice cake. It's rice
Yep.
cakes all the way down.
Yep.
That very night, Awu got sick and lost his voice.
In any case, there's
Definitely a
something
thing that
nasty inside that
doesn't happen
either
with
that
drugs.
statue or like the cabinet it's on.
Yeah. It's
Smell of
chemistry
gunpowder.
in
Yeah,
some way.
some kind of chemistry. I had nightmares. Whenever I closed my eyes, I saw the statue staring at me.
I gotta say, if it's just drugs, very bold method of hiding that. You just make your bong a statue and you tell anyone who notices that they've offended the gods. If the foreman hadn't begged the gods for forgiveness on Awu's behalf eventually, I'm afraid he wouldn't be able to speak now.
Could you?
Mister, please forgive us, but we really can't say anymore.
We need to go and like take this thing apart.
This shrine is...
Ask the gods for the good drugs.
It's the dollar store. How good can it be? Oh, we should get back to work.
Okay, where is this statue? It's in some kind of office. Where's the office? Is this the office?
I mean, it might be this.
I would guess
Mr.
so.
Patrolman, why is the store locked?
What does that have to do with you? Sir, you were entrusted by Deputy Administrator Lee to investigate the Foreman Ting case. Oh! So it's Mr. Detective. And of course I'd have to help you out. What's with that smug face? However, this room is impure. Yeah, it's definitely the office.
Impure.
Everyone knows deep down how Foreman Ting died. Beware of the shrine in that room. I kind of love this guy.
We're not scared. Everyone's just like, it's definitely
He just
the
looks so
gods.
smug about it.
He's like, you can't go in here. This room's impure. We're not scared. Let us in to have a look.
Thank you for your troubles, sir. Face just gets me every time. Why is this guy so funny to me?
He's listening on his earpiece that is... He can't have an earpiece because we're in ye old times, but somehow he is.
Somehow.
Mr. Patrolman, why haven't you opened the doors yet?
It really stresses me out having to help you open these doors.
He's practicing self-care, guys. We need to complete investigations today, so we're short on time.
Oh my! Thinking about opening this door is making my head ache.
Okay, so just...
Could I ask for your help?
Yeah, we'll do it. We've got this.
Just step to one side, bro.
How can we help? Yeah, Afu's right.
I just heard a crisp,
Touch my
pleasant
earpiece.
sound ringing out from you two. Ah, he wants a bribe. Lovely.
And that's why we've got this in our inventory.
Ah. Could you lend me a hand to refresh my memory? Something with a crisp and pleasant sound. You'd be asking for...
That's why it's in
No.
our inventory. Okay. You're like, no. I refuse out of principle.
Just give him something stupid. Do you want this powder?
You want this grayish white powder.
You just throw dust in his face.
His face, yeah.
That's what you want. This should be able to help you.
Come down and move.
Mr. Shen, are you kidding me right now? This won't cure a thing. Damn it.
You don't know that. It could be
Oh
drugs.
my head is starting to hurt again. Fine.
Hit him over the head with the lever.
Afu, hand it over to him. Did we not have any other money?
Apparently
This
not.
sound is so enlightening to me. This asshole.
I hope we didn't give him like our whole payment.
先生，
We might need that for
这
more
个神
bribes.
像虽然平平无奇，但在听了那些留言后，再看它，
So is it just always lit?
竟然莫名有点
That is a
瘆
real
得慌。
question. Time to take it apart, I
就好像
guess.
干将爷爷和莫爷奶奶在看着我一样。
Are those the statue people?
They might.
Oh.
Maybe they might.
Oh, is
be
that the girl we
literally
saw
using-
earlier?
先进来的。
That looks like that person.
谁在说话？
你说呢？
难道是莫爷奶奶？
Oh, she's so cute.
不必再装神弄鬼了。
谁装神弄鬼了？
哼，若不是想捉弄人，为什么不开灯？
我刚调查完这里，正要离开，是你们自己又闯进
Ah,
来。
another detective, I see.
怎么，小弟弟，你被吓到了？
You
还没
know.
有呢。
没被吓到的话，你叫谁奶奶呢？
先生，我们开始调查吧。
Let's begin our superior investigation.
早上的坠楼事件吗？
Yeah, so here's the thing. She
领
was
会办专门请我们来的哦。
Who was she
Furnace
talking to in
guy,
that one scene?
right?
Hmm?
Yeah, because Furnace Guy was like showing when I got there. He was already there.
Yeah,
So
she was.
he
Was
has
she talking
been-
to like the deputy administrator? I forget who she was talking to.
No, it's like, okay, I'm trying to remember, because this was when we were thinking that this was Auntie Vu who showed up, but it was like, I didn't even know something happened until that woman showed up. So...
Oh, this was the guest.
I'm
Okay,
trying to
that makes
remember.
sense.
Yeah. It feels like she was the guest, and I think somebody came out after the incident and she was already there. So she couldn't have been coming at this. She was investigating something else.
Yeah, she was already there.
什么？
So she didn't come for this case.
你是哪个报的？
Yeah, there we go. She's a journalist.
记者小姐
That
误会，
figures.
在下沈正平，是一名侦探。
A
这位是我的助手阿福。
detective.
原来是查案的侦探啊！误会了，我是护报的记者文可欣。不过，在这个案子里，侦探先生已经没有什么表现机会了。
Oh, did you crack it already?
We solved this. I already solved this. Yeah, it was the gods and shit.
我就要查明真相了，连明日的头条都拟好了。独家揭秘：汉阳铁厂工人跳炉案件始
The fall. I love how they're just calling it the falling incident.
Yeah.
既然如此， 文小姐。
Oh. Uh-oh.
My
OBS disconnected.
connection dropped off right after. Do you mind sharing any clues you possess? Did I miss anything? Hello?
Only a little bit. Basically, she said, yeah, she said that she can share things if we give us something useful in return. And, yeah, Afu was like, well, I know
More money,
science
I
things, and Shen is a good detective and whatnot, and she said that physics could be useful for, like, explaining things for her article or whatever. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Makes you wonder how she got in, if she bribed the guard too. Yeah, I guess maybe she bribed the guard too. This guard is just living the good life, collecting all these bribes from everyone.
Yeah.
Miss Wen, why are you here at the Ironworks? Alright, who should be Miss Wen? I guess, do you want to...
It seems like she might... I guess so. I'm like, it seems like she might be a prominent character, but we're each already voicing a pretty omnipresent person, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Alright.
The Ironworks has just won orders from the Zhengtai Railway and the Canton Hankow Railway. However, its products were said to have quality problems. It's at the center of a storm.
I wonder how they got these, like, big jobs if they have a spotty reputation.
Suspicious. It's suspicious. My journalist intuition tells me that there's an opening for a story here. Former glory gone, Hongyang Ironworks endures hardship. A news report like this. The title alone already sounds interesting. Yet I was halfway done with my draft when this happened.
So it's interesting that she seemed to be planning to write something that didn't paint them in a very good light. So I kind of wonder how...
The falling incident.
What relationship she had with them, you know? Like, were they trying to, like... I don't know.
Hey, don't write this bad story.
How were they...
We'll give you a tour.
What were they doing with her? Yeah.
So now you're planning to write about Foreman Ting's falling incident. I'm sorry for what happened, but this is definitely a better story.
What were you doing at the time of the incident, Miss Wen?
I was originally planning to take some photos of the factory floor this morning. When I got to the factory floor, I ran into Mr. Lee. He wanted to show me the new metal mixer. It wasn't long after we left the factory floor that we heard an explosion, and we hurried back.
Let me guess, the fire was already out by the time you got there.
Already out by the time you got there.
Miss Wen, did you arrange the rope barrier at the site of the incident?
That's right. If the site is damaged in any way, the news report might be inaccurate.
This measure was immensely helpful to the investigation.
Well, of course. I'm a senior reporter. Miss Wen, what's the truth that you discovered? You want me to just give you the answers? Who am I, Shadow Shen? You'll know soon enough. Wink. It's getting late. I still need to go to the metal casting platform to get my camera. Excuse me. Why was her camera in the metal casting platform? Don't forget our promise.
I wonder if she had set it up before the incident to, you know, for her original story. Maybe...
Yeah.
I don't know if
like,
she had some kind of
was
automated thing. Maybe she could have gotten some kind of pictures.
some kind of contraption, you say?
Yeah.
I think that she was definitely sneaking around to get, like, the things that Mr. Lee doesn't want her to report.
Yeah.
Oh man, which thing needs to become a recurring joke? Shen, let's start investigating the site as well. We can't lose to Miss Wen.
It's not a competition. It is only about the truth, not about winning or losing.
I still don't like seeing her so pleased with herself. This has the makings of a classic rivalry.
Yeah, everyone knows about Shadow Shen some way or another.
Yes, everyone just like...
Oh boy, lots of stuff here.
That is a funny idea, yeah. And this is the floor plan for the factory floor.
Okay, so the metal casting platform was like facing the furnaces.
Yep.
So the camera could have captured something.
But it captured something important.
The map looks quite new. It was probably put up not long ago. Yeah, I mean, if the furnaces were new, then it must have been after that. Shadow Shen did the cry.
Yeah, there was, like, fully something that I think is funny about how Shen woke up in the first case where he got framed for murder with a bloody knife in his hand, and he's like, well, I probably didn't do this murder. That's just like, Shen?
Yep.
Shen, what do you know?
Yeah, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Not outside the realm of possibility.
Or name badges.
There's a board made of copper with several rows of hooks on it. Looks like workers need to hang their name badges on this board when they're on duty.
Gonna be relevant somehow? Just to know, like, who's on duty when, maybe? The desk is clean, but the inkstone is covered in dust. It hasn't been used in a long time. What is that thing that's covered in scratches?
So, unclear. It could be somebody's name badge?
Maybe. It looks longer, though.
Yeah.
The inkstone, or the ink stick also seems to be scratched up, too. Weird.
Yeah.
It's just the design. Yeah, I was also thinking it might be like a bamboo leaf kind of design. It looks more like scratches, but yeah, that could be. Blueprints of the imported furnace are under the paperweight. Oh, it's a paperweight. Gotcha.
Paperweight. There we go.
Also documents in foreign languages.
These papers are covered in handwritten notes. It seems like Foreman Ting put in a lot of work when he wasn't doing smokes from his bong.
Yeah. Could a craftsman who studies technology and reads foreign documents be superstitious?
I mean, anybody can be
yeah.
superstitious. That's hard to say. My idol, Mr. Newton, was a devout follower of theology in his old age.
Why is that kind of adorable?
My personal idol, Sir Isaac Newton.
We should record the condition of the desk first.
Shen, Miss Wen mentioned going to the metal casting platform to get her camera
Do not
back.
kick me out. I swear to God.
Could it be that she caught something shocking on camera?
Yes, let's check it out later. I need to go to the metal casting platform to speak with those who witnessed the incident. Do not! Okay, thank you.
Code of practice. Rule number 1. Leaving without permission during work hours is prohibited. Rule number 2. Name badges must be hung on the board during the working hours.
Definitely going to be relevant.
Yep. Rule number 3. All of the materials used in production shall be managed by the foreman. All materials. Rule number 4, those who are absent from work will be fined 7 days in wages. If you forgot to hang your name badge, it would count as skipping work. That's so strict.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if someone could have, like,
his name badge
put their name badge up to, like, pretend they were at work, but actually skip, maybe?
Yeah. There's going to be somebody who's got a suspicious connection to the case, but they were just trying to sneak in their name badge.
Yeah.
And there's a Western wall clock here. The engravings say that this was a gift from the Wuhan Chamber of Commerce for water transport.
Okay. Ah, this just leads back out. Wait, what goes out that way then? Okay, fine.
Shrine.
Let's investigate it.
Shrine. Kick it apart for its drug.
The shrine is dedicated to the statue of Ganjiang and Mo Ye.
Okay.
The shrine
So
is made
these
of
are the
rose-
gods.
Yeah. I think those were also the gods that were mentioned in the, like, opening thing, where they were talking about human sacrifice?
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
I think so. It also holds an incense burner and 2 candlesticks, which have also gone out now. They were burning before.
Yep.
A copper incense burner with 3 sticks of incense placed vertically. Are you kidding me? Take it apart!
Take it apart. Kick it down.
Sniff it! Apu, sniff it!
Yes, use the super sniffer.
Oh no. Alright, well, let's go out, I guess.
Shen, the dock is right outside these doors.
We will go out after we finish investigating this case.
We can't leave, I guess.
Yep. Alright, hang on. Let's take a real quick break. I need to go grab some more water.
Alright.
BRB. Actually, it'll only take like a couple seconds. Alright. I am back. Okay. I guess he doesn't have anything new, probably.
No further questions. And we'll reach the metal casting platform if we go up from here.
Do you want to look at anything else?
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's all freaky when
We
you
haven't
jumped.
checked out ladle number 1.
I don't think we had the option to.
No, it just happened as you went past it.
Oh, and it was not checked? Yeah, you're right.
Ladle number 1. Flag is overflowing from the ladle.
So this is how slag is discharged from the ladle.
Slag is mainly composed of oxides of silicon, phosphorus, calcium, sulfur, and other elements. It will float on the surface of the molten steel due to the temperature differences. Let me think of a simpler way to explain this to you, Shen. It's a science thing, you wouldn't get it. Slag is like the oil and pepper floating on top of a red oil hot pot.
Basically hot liquid steel. Well, I think it's more the impurities that are separated out from it, right?
Yeah.
They like
different
float
elements.
on top of the steel and then are kind of skimmed off, basically.
Yep. When the ladle is almost full of molten steel, the slag will naturally flow into the slag tank.
I think in the scene we saw the foreman fall into the slag tank, right? And not directly into the big ladle?
Maybe.
But I think he was, like, off to the side. Not 100%
Like,
sure,
the thing is, though, if that was the case, we wouldn't have this worry with the ingots. Like, he wouldn't have even touched
well, that's
them,
what
you
I was
know?
wondering about. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't know for sure either. Hafu, that was a very imaginative metaphor. Just likes his food. Poor boy. Someone seems to be hungry.
He's always hungry. We haven't had a single poisoned rice cake all day. He who is iron becomes steel after rice. Missing out on a meal will never feel nice.
He's a real poet.
I didn't even taste the sweet, delicious sesame cake just so I could accompany you.
Oh no. Would you like to try out the molten
Yeah, I
steel
was
hot
gonna
pot
say,
in front of
Afu
you?
is so close to it. He's so close to just doing that. Shen, let's continue
It does look
investigating
rather
this
delicious,
case.
doesn't it? It's all glowy. Probably very spicy.
You gotta pick, like, oh, that's such a specific and small.
Yeah, the metal casting area. There's that camera. And it seems to be pointed at the right location. Scorched! Oh, these
Gotta
two
get
are
this.
up to something again. What are they holding? Are those like crowbars? Why do people keep coming up here? I just shoot away a woman, and now 2 more guys show up. It's time for us to start casting ingots, so go back down to right now.
Ah, woo, it's the detectives. You have to speak more politely. Huh? Isn't that Ah Woo and his master?
My apologies for disturbing you both. I still have a few more questions to ask.
You're too kind, mister. Just call me Old Chow. That's right, I've got a name now.
Yeah, that name was mentioned before. I think it was mentioned
It
as
has
a
been.
witness.
Yeah, it's come up a lot. But
Oh, actually, also, I just realized those things I thought were like crumbs on the headscarf. I think they're just holes. It's torn and
Yes.
ragged.
If there's anything you'd like to know, we will definitely cooperate with you.
Is this just gonna be the
now
same
that you're not
dialogue? 'Cause
asking about that
it's not,
stupid shrine.
not checked anymore. What do the two of you think of Formanting?
We don't have any particular thoughts about the foreman.
Very diplomatic. You got what you deserved. Nothing more to say about it. He's secretly bald. Leave him alone. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay.
It seems that the two of you don't like Formanting very much.
From his point of view, anything anyone else did was always wrong. He just didn't like us.
Ah, Woo, there's no fault in the foreman having been strict with his demands.
Everyone did as he said. But the last batch of steel rails still got screwed up, didn't it? He was just picking holes.
If there's... okay, yeah, right.
Were you two the ones who witnessed the process of Formanting's falling incident this morning?
The process of the falling incident, we've expanded it. Yes.
If I could trouble you two to please tell me what you saw and heard at the time.
This was the first trial production since the furnace was shut down and renovated.
That's why it was a trial.
Just when we began casting, Ah Woo suddenly said, "The foreman is watching us."
They saw the thing moved. So they...
Yep.
People said that he just appeared out of nowhere. But, like...
Yeah.
That was... What is that? Like another furnace being moved to a different location?
Yeah, it might be like,
and, like
that one's
it just
full
moved,
up, so they're moving
moved in
in
front of them, and
Yeah.
when it moved aside, he was there.
Yeah. There he was, standing next to the outlet. Molten
Okay, so it
steel was coming out, yet he didn't mind the heat.
He was already dead. But yeah, it looks like he is above the furnace directly. And also
yeah,
that
and
the
then
railing
there's
is still
also...
there.
Yeah, the railing's still there.
I wonder if it was like broken off and he was like dropped on top of it, so he would just fall with it.
Yeah. Right now we've got the makings of a magic trick for sure.
Are you sure that the person you saw at the time was Foreman Ting? I'm sure. He was leaning on the railing at the time. He looked spiritless. He kept staring downwards. He's dead.
He was definitely already dead. Or
That
a
or
dummy.
like drugged or something.
Yeah.
You did not notice Foreman Ting before this moment. No! He just appeared there out of the blue.
Did one of
Railings are
those
super hot when
slasher movie-
molten steel is pouring out, but he didn't care at all. He wasn't possessed by something, then what?
I mean, I think this leads to the already dead possibility.
Yeah. Oh, Chow, you said earlier that when you saw Foreman Ting, molten steel was coming out. Did you see Foreman Ting or anyone else open the molten steel outlet shutter?
Nope.
When we began casting, both molten steel outlets were closed. I remember clearly. Oh, that's the thing that was moving. It's
Yeah. So they were
so
pouring steel
I guess they
out
take that is like
from the furnace.
the furnace. It gets lifted up, then carried to where they are, and then they cast it from
the
that
furnace,
container
the
into
ladle.
the
The
ladle.
ladle,
The
that's-
ladle.
yeah.
That. It gets poured from the ladle into those molds that make the ingots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who did it. It wasn't the time to open the shutter yet. And then?
And then I just watched as the railing that he was leaning on disappeared.
Disappeared. You mean the railing broke off and fell into the molten steel along with him?
No, it disappeared. Just vanished into thin air. That doesn't sound right. I was watching the entire
So
time.
I'm
I
thinking.
didn't see anything else fall in.
So I'm thinking that the railing was replaced with something that would melt when exposed to heat. That's why they needed the thing open, so that it would melt and drop him with nobody else there.
That's possible. But he said he didn't see it fall, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying like literally it was made of something that would vaporize.
That it just melted completely.
Fully, not even just melted, like turned into vapors.
The
It could have been water, like
the stuff, the residue.
Well, yeah, the residue. Yeah, the residue actually would make sense if it's something that burned away pretty cleanly.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. You're right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Some manner of contraption, one would say. I didn't see it as vividly as Awu did, but... The foreman was indeed leaning against the railing, and then he suddenly fell into the ladle. Then it exploded, and fire was everywhere. Now, how quickly did you put the fire out? When I looked again, he was no longer there, and there was no railing either.
Did you notice anything unusual about him this morning? He He was wearing a headcloth that he doesn't usually wear. Nothing else.
It seems like that might just be like protective equipment.
Well, if he doesn't usually wear it, then why would he
Yeah, it might be
wearing
like
it that one
optional
time?
protective equipment, but like old Chow is wearing a headcloth
Yeah,
too.
no, for sure. It seems like
And the like, this is a thing that was an option, but he doesn't usually
Yeah.
wear it because he says
he
it's
doesn't
too
usually
stuffy.
wear it, so why was he wearing it this
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Is the
for sure,
question.
like
Hmm.
setting something up. Yeah, I thought too. Gentlemen, we're about to start casting soon.
Just go back down already. Don't be in our way. Hey! Do not kick me out. Okay. Oh. There it comes. If he was already dead, I was probably concealing the wound. But, someone saw him, like,
He would've-
walk by.
Yeah, if he was walking around, that probably wasn't faked.
Yeah.
It's like, I could see it faking
Hey!
identity. I
They
could
kicked
see
me
it.
out! Assholes!
Yep. You can't even look at the camera.
Well, we might be able to go back. Mr. Shen, Mr. Lee is waiting for you in the office. He said that progress has been made in the case, so he's asking to meet up with you, Mr. Shen. I have already finished the investigations. Time to discuss with Mr. Deputy Administrator. No!
Didn't get
The
to
camera!
look at the camera or take apart the bong.
No!
And there
Damn
has
you.
casting ingots up ahead. Let's not go over there just yet.
No. These jerks kicking me out.
We're not allowed to look at the camera.
Okay, fine.
We are being railroaded, and I won't stand for this.
Investigations have come to a temporary close. Shall we discuss them with Deputy Administrator Lee? So is this going to be like the trial section already? That seems
Yeah,
like...
but it might be coming in parts.
Yeah, maybe. Let's do a quick save. We haven't saved in a while.
Because, like, we don't have a lot of intel yet. Allegedly, this newspaper reporter has scooped us. We didn't get to look at the camera. We didn't get to take apart the shrine.
Yeah. Would be a good place to pause, but it's a little bit early.
I mean, it's not
We can
even
keep
9
going.
yet. Yeah.
All right, let's.
I think we could
for a
probably
while.
get through whatever this, like, phase of it is, you know?
本记者已查
Because we
明丁
definitely
项目
don't
坠
have
入
all
意
the
识始末，
clues.
诸位不妨一起听听。
Yeah, see, Miss Wen has already figured out the whole thing, and,
Yeah.
you know, we have nothing else to do.
Yep.
本记者，请说说你的发现吧。
经过调查，我认为丁教木之死非鬼神作祟，也并非意外事故，自杀。
What have we
Not
learned? It's
entirely a
never
reasonable
suicide, guys.
conclusion, but nah.
It's
今日是
not,
码
but
头
it's,
试产的紧
yeah.
要关头。丁项目心系此事，绝不会在今日自杀。
I mean, but it didn't work, so...
他才会选择在今日
Yeah.
自杀。
I don't know, I feel like you wouldn't choose to throw yourself into the steel.
多年来，丁教木一直痴迷于钻研炼钢技术。他提出的改进炼钢工艺改良之法，据说能大大降低钢铁的成本。哈阳铁厂的钢轨也因此广开销路，接连拿下大额订单。在关键时刻，钢轨却爆出了严重的质量问题，丁教木难辞其咎。
其实，这事也不能全怪老丁，主要还是所用焦炭的含磷量太高。
为解决问题，丁教木提出再次改进工艺， 并在理会班面前立下了军令状。不料，接连几次试产都失败了。绝望的他，只能将希望寄托于迷信传说。唉，所以，今早是一场策划过的自杀，或者说是献祭。
这，难道真是本王给他的压力太大了？
悲喜，匠木血肉铸铁钢，民族工业路何方？这就是我下一篇报道的标题了。
Oh, there you go. It's closed.
Yep.
文小姐这么肯定丁匠木是自杀，可是掌握了什么证据？
那当然。
Yeah, we have this fancy thing.
Actually, since we're
course.
starting deductions, let's recap our evidence. So we have
Yep.
details about the ladle, the lever.
Yeah,
That was
the
definitely
lever
the
is
railing.
the one.
Hmm?
So the lever is the one that I think proves that it wasn't suicide because he couldn't have opened it from the side he was standing on.
You can go around, though, but what's-his-face would have seen him, probably, if he went through that
What's
area.
his face would have seen him, yeah. He couldn't jump over the steel because it was steel. It was molten
Yeah.
steel. He couldn't go around the thing because that guy was in the back. And to pull the lever, you would need it to have been on the other side.
Yeah, that was definitely the railing.
Yep.
Still don't know what the deal is with the
We
coins.
still have some coins. We can bribe her.
Last saw him yesterday evening near the steam turbines. Wearing a headcloth. We still don't know what the relevance of that is either. We can look at the details. Although it's very hard to see at this.
Oh god. Dare at it.
Oh boy. You can sort of kind of see a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be important for a reason. But
And finally, what's the deal with this office desk? Dust on the inkstone presumably means that it just wasn't used for a while. What is the relevance of
somebody's
that?
gonna mention something on the office desk, but like there is something that's supposed to be missing, I guess.
Alright.
我在公事房的书桌上发现了丁匠木的绝笔信。
Well, again, he didn't write anything recently.
Yes, no, there we go. Immediate proof.
等一
Yeah.
下，等一下，绝笔信在哪儿？我们怎么没看到过呀？
Did you take evidence?
How?
如此重要的新闻材料，
Oh my
Leaving
god.
evidence.
你
We
怎么
would
能
never
私藏
do
证物呢？
公事房里人多手杂，我担心线索遗失，才代为保管。怎么能算私藏呢？
I would say
It's
not
evidence
showing it to the
and you're
authorities
hiding
is
it.
hiding evidence, but technically we're not really the authorities. But
Well,
we're
we
we're
were
acting on
hired
behalf
by
of the
this
authorities.
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
文小姐，可否将信件借我一看？
可以，这信也没什么特别的。
多年以
There's
来，
nothing special about
无
this
费
suicide
心
note.
尽力，只求练得好钢。然而，无论尝试何种方法，均无法成功。看来，吾当效法干将莫邪，以无身驯鹿。如此，定能感动上苍。
Okay. I was going to make a joke about it. It's gonna say, like, I must throw myself into the steel furnace of
Yep.
my own free will at this exact time, but it basically does say that.
Yep. It sure does.
丁大风于平卢车间公事房绝笔。
Can we like check that against his handwriting or anything?
先生，
Well, I mean, we
这
can
个是
check it
绝笔
against
信
the fact that the inkstone is covered
Yeah,
in
no, we have
dust,
that,
so
but I was wondering
we
if
have that.
we could
This is the
see
thing.
that.
大人，上面的笔
We
记
have a
Okay,
lot
here
of
we go.
experience in fake suicide notes.
So someone would have had to be good at faking his handwriting.
Good at
文记
faking
者
his
没有损
handwriting.
坏
Yeah?
证物吧？
You
怎么
didn't
可能？
damage this,
我是连
did
风不
you?
动将他说好的。
You didn't accidentally forge a suicide note, did you?
既然如此，许恒，你去草拟一份公告。
No, do not Come
通告
on.
事件始
Hold
末
up.，
以平息流言。
We're not done here.
且慢，
Yep.
这封信有问题。
这封信很普通啊，有什么问题？
信中的细节之处，与已有的证据相冲突，难以。
Conflicts,
文小姐，
yes.
我会一句一句的回顾这封绝笔信上的内容，
And question the
对有问题
problematic
的句子
ones.
提出质疑，
That's
然后
right.
将有
It's
疑问的内容
testimony
与收
now.
集到的证物进行比对。如果找到了与绝笔信内容有矛盾的证物，我会出示给你看。
好啊，那
She's
就开
like,
始吧。
yes, yes, I played Ace Attorney.
Okay. So I guess this is a new.
多年以来，吾费心尽力，只求练得好钢。然而，
So I think the
无
one
论
that
尝
is
试何种方
the
法，均无法成功。
contradiction has to be the end. The I wrote this in my
Yeah.
office
吾当
at
效
my
法
desk
干
right
将莫
here.
邪，亦无如此，定能感动上苍。
Myself for the
定大风
furnace.
于平卢车间
Yeah.
公事房
That's definitely
绝
it.
笔。
Yep. You didn't touch this.
文小姐认为，丁教母是在公事房何处写下的这封绝笔信？
这封信是用毛笔写的，自然是在公事房的书桌上。
那你可曾注意到公事房书桌上的砚台？
砚台，
这封绝笔信确实是用毛笔所写。信的落款也提到，于公事房绝笔。
Which is a very
可
specific
公事
thing
房
to
中仅
mention.
有的砚台上，墨迹已经干裂，还积了一层灰，显然许久未被使用。这两者之间存在明显的矛盾。这封信不是在公事房写的。
铁厂本就多灰尘，就算有积灰也很正常。
但桌面上并没有多少灰尘，那座神龛更是一尘不染。可见，只有砚台许久未用。
这，如果丁匠木随身携带了笔墨呢？
Did he?
哪有人会随身携带砚
I
台
mean, it's
啊？
kind of weird.
这也太
Who
强词
on
夺
earth
理了
would
吧！
do that? Also, you've got like 5 ink
I know,
stones
didn't I
on.
say
Yeah,
something
but what if I have to write
about
science?
文小姐当然可以做此假设，但这封信
But you
上
need evidence.
还有一处细节与落款所提相悖。
What?
All right. Now we're
Wait.
contradicting the signature. It's all good.
The heck does this mean? Point out the place that
Contradicts the
contradicts with
signature.
the signature? What does that mean?
Oh no.
Especially since I can't read any of this.
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, I
know,
don't
what
think it's the.
is the
I don't
fact that
actually
it's
think it's the
folded
word.
potentially important?
Yeah, would you be highlighting the folds? Because it's like, why
Because
would
it
he
seems like
fold
someone
the
would have folded it
suicide
up to
note?
like carry it somewhere.
Carry it. Yeah.
If you just wrote a note on
he's
the
like-
desk and left it there, you wouldn't have folded it. Like you would have had to
Yeah,
wait
why
for the ink
fold
to
it?
dry and then fold it and then unfold it
And
and
then
then leave it
fold it,
there like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
By the way,
We've
Dawn,
got-
if you
we've
like
got a lot
know
of
the
stuff that
puzzles,
doesn't
please
make
don't
sense.
give us any hints or anything.
Yeah.
We can
We're
just figure
good
this out
without hints.
ourselves.
Like we
Yeah.
might
Questions are
speak out
rhetorical.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. It's just thinking out loud.
I'll try pointing at the
Yeah,
crease.
folded.
沈先生
Boom.
是说折痕有问题。
正是。文小姐曾说，为防止证物被破坏，特意将信原封不动地收好。
Oh, yeah, I mean, theoretically, she could have been the one that folded it, but if we
Yes,
trust
but,
her
like she
journalistic
kept it
integrity.
as it was.
Yeah.
As it was. You said that. So either you damaged
因此，这
evidence
折痕
or
并不是文小姐造成的，对吗？
没错，折痕不是我造成的。
你发现时，信被平摊在公事房的桌上，对吗？
是，到底有什么问题？
what's the problem?
信纸有折痕，折叠信纸一般是为了方便携带。 若信真的是丁将木自尽前在公事房写下的，
In the office.
又何必要把它折起来，多此一举呢？
Gasp.
也许信是在其他地方写的吧？
可信上明明写着“于平炉车间公事房绝笔
Yeah.
的确如此。
A weird thing to write.
Yeah, like, why would they even have included that detail? That's so odd.
Everyone
I guess
in
they
this
would've-
game is bad at forging suicide
Yeah.
notes.
They were, like, trying to convince us that he was writing this in the office, or that, like, he had been in the office at this time, maybe. But
Yeah,
why?
maybe something like that.
难道这封绝笔信是伪造的？”。
没错，有人想要掩盖丁将木死亡的真相。
My performance seems to be lagging a little tiny bit. Hopefully the
Yeah.
stream is doing okay. Sorry about that. I think the sound at least is kind of stuttering. Hopefully that doesn't get too bad. It's a little rough right now. But hopefully it'll be okay. Sorry.
什么？丁将木之死有何掩盖的必要？
Hang on. Maybe I can try closing some things. I don't have a lot of other stuff open though. I just have like some Chrome tabs. Here, let me close some of my extra Chrome tabs. Maybe that will help. Okay. Let's give it a sec.
跌进炉子时，工人们看得清清楚楚。
No, they didn't.
大人，会不会是目击的工人有所隐瞒呢？
No, I think it was just set up so that to make them see what they
It was
saw.
a setup.
五群丁，去将事发时在场的工人都请来问话。
是。
That guy's like, I'm gonna get so many
先生
bribes now.
关于绝笔信的问题，你还没有完全说服我。我们谁都无法准确揣测一个人临终前的心境。丁将木为方便自己，而在其他地方写好信，然后放到公事房里让人发现，也
And
是可
then
能
just
的。
like lied in his suicide note for some
这
reason.
个可能性虽低，但的确存在。所谓孤证不立，
He's like, although this is
只是还是
highly
结合其他证
unlikely,
据
and what do
再
we
做
do
决
with
定。
unlikely scenarios? We exclude them from our reasoning for now.
那便将绝笔信之事暂压，先探讨
Listen
其
to
他
Shadow
疑点。
Show.
好，
Fine.
大人，老赵和阿武到了。
进来吧。
We can talk about the railing now.
Yeah.
你们二人再将早晨的情形复述一遍。
It was obviously a magic trick, Your Honor.
一上午都说了很多次了。
阿武，好好回大人的话。
哦。
Money.
当时我和师傅正在浇筑钢锭，浇着浇着，我突然看到了将木。当时他正倚在2号钢水口旁的栏杆上。
阿武提醒我将木在对面时，我发现他身后的钢水闸也打开了。
You can even kind of see that it's a different color than the other railings here.
Yeah.
将木出现的同时，闸门也开了。
我想，应该是他自己打开的吧。然后，过了不久，将木
Yeah,
忽然扑了
there's no
下
way
去，
he opened it by himself.
Dive.
钢水包就炸了。
I feel like, so if someone had to set him up and then go to the other side and open the lever, or maybe the other way around,
Well,
like
I
they
mean,
would have had
wouldn't
very
have to
little
go to
time
the
to
other
do that.
side. Yeah, but they wouldn't have had to go, like, they would have... Okay, yes. I guess the thing that I was assuming you were saying was they... Yeah, you mean they just, like, walked over the
Right, whatever.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to like go over the molten steel. They would have.
But it wouldn't have been
had to
molten
go
at
around.
the time because they hadn't opened it yet.
I guess, yeah. So they could set them up, hop
Yeah, it
over,
would have
and
been
then open it.
empty.
That would make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, still,
Yeah.
they have the time it takes for that ladle to pass by, basically.
Oh
to,
yeah,
to do
no,
that.
The timing would have had to be precise.
Yeah.
And also what would have had to be
But also,
precise
they could
timing
have
is
basically
that-
moved with the ladle behind it
Yeah,
to stay
they
out of their
definitely
line of
moved
sight.
with the ladle. They were doing the slasher movie villain car passes thing. For sure. What gets me is that I think the most likely suspect right now is the guy in the back.
Yeah.
For the reason of he is either not the alibi, but like either he is the one who rules out anybody being able to pass back and around and whatever
Yeah.
because he was back there the whole time. Or it's just him, because the thing that occurs to me would also be difficult is you're going to have to time opening the sluice or whatever and climb down the ladder before
Yeah, exactly.
the
And they would have had to
bar-
like climb up as well, and that was specifically mentioned that like nobody saw anyone climb up to the second
No
floor.
one saw anyone climb up.
So
Yeah,
he
and
could have
I
been,
think
like,
'cause
back
climbing
there.
Down,
Yeah.
because climbing down, they would have been in danger from the explosion.
Yep.
Like, it could not have taken that much time
Yeah.
for all this to go
So they
down.
would have just like run across from left to right and then gone back
Yeah.
around the corner
Yeah,
there
which is
to
why
go back to the back
Going
area.
back makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
They could have just booked it down the ladder, but it's like that is some
Highly
pinpoint
unlikely.
precision.
两人刚刚的说法中，存在
There
一处
could be a
隐蔽的矛盾
contraption, of course.
与这一件证据有关。
Yep.
Hang on, where?
It's that thing didn't open the door.
Let's. Yeah, the shutter is the issue.
I think he probably opened it himself.
Yeah.
Swing.
当时我和师傅教着教，
这个
You like me? Okay, yeah. Well, let's just go for it.
Yep.
钢水闸不可能是丁教母自己打开的，现场绝不只有他一人。
为什么？
钢水闸的拉杆很长，若想拉开它，必须站在钢水槽的另一侧。但是两位工人看到的，却是丁教母出现的同时，闸门也……这不是一个人能做到的。
不一定是完全同时，毕竟我和阿武也不是一直盯着对面看。
Like you probably
侦探先生
noticed.
丁教木先拉开闸门，再快速走到钢水包前，不可以吗？
Not really, no.
Only if he ran around the back, but then he would have been spotted.
But
And it
there's
probably
a
would have
guy
taken
back
time.
there.
不
Yeah.
可行，
Yes.
因为现场存在此物。
Would it be the
I mean, the-
molten steel?
Yeah,
Wait,
I think so. Because if we're looking at this photograph, that's got to be the only
Yeah.
thing that it can be.
我刚才说过，丁教木操作拉杆后，必须跨过钢水槽，才能走到坠炉的位置。可一旦钢水闸打开，槽中会注满1600度的钢水，人根本无法通过。
Yeah.
想走到坠炉的位置，
There we
他
go,
就必
yeah.
须经过平
Yeah.
炉
So
对
the
面
thing
的
is,
加料区。
a person could go around, which is what makes guy in the back suspicious.
Exactly, yeah.
这不是短时间内能做到的。
也许丁教木提早打开了钢水闸，只是碰巧老赵和阿武没看到呢。
Well, still, he would
我
have been
留意
seen.
过，这间闸门一直是关着的，不骗你。
即使老赵和阿武可能会漏看，丁教木经过加料区时，还会遇到填料工老李。可老李却对他的出现毫不知情，这又如何解释呢？
那 难道是五鬼搬运？
Of course.
是不是神像显灵
The
了？
five ghost teleportation technique. The shrine
作祟的不是鬼神，
unleashed its powers.
是人心，
Let's for the moment
在
assume
丁教
that
母
it
坠楼的
was
现场，
not.
一定还存在另一个人。当丁教母倚靠在栏杆上时，是他拉开了闸门。
等一等，炉子的正面有老赵和阿武看着，
I guess
背
the
面有老李在。如果现场真的
thing
存在
was
另一个
lured
人，
into leaning
他
on
怎
the
么可能会被
railing,
人看到？
and then
What?
the yeah, hang on, sorry, the connection's kind of choppy for a second. So I guess we're introducing the possibility that maybe he was in fact alive when he leaned on the railing and he was just induced to lean on the railing and then the heat was turned up. But I think that
It's more
still
likely
makes
that he
more
was
sense
dead. Yeah, that someone
already
just
dead.
propped him up against it. But it does raise the question of how did they position him like that without him falling over?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
especially
it's
since
like
it seems like the railing was relatively low.
railing was relatively low. There's some timing involved. I'm wondering if they had a very precise knowledge of what they were going to do. Because, like, we have been talking about rigor mortis, the body gets stiff for a specific
That's a good
amount
point.
of time. So it's like, if
Yeah.
you timed it so precisely that the body is still stiff enough with rigor mortis that you can just
That would
prop
work.
it up and let gravity do the work.
That is definitely a possibility.
只要利用这
And
件
then,
证
of
据，
course, it might just also be
他
a
就能
fake
巧妙
body.
地将自己隐藏起来。
Could be faking his death.
I
to
guess
get
are we
away
gonna say that they
from the-
hid behind the ladle?
Yeah, the big ladle.
那人想要隐
He's
藏
just doing a
行踪，
flash villain thing.
只要利用好钢水包即可。
我明白了，
Now, I guess
这次
in
说的是视野
theory,
盲区。
you could talk about, you could have a killer who is not Old Lee, who's just like hiding in the wall spot, essentially, like the little corridor between the furnace and the rest of the wall. You could probably just like chill there for a
Yeah,
bit,
but like
and then
you would have to find like a time to get out of there because like people would come to investigate.
or there is an elevator out back. If you hid, he said there's the elevator that only gets used for minerals.
Yeah, but then you still like would have had to go through that charging area and through the door that's supposed to be locked.
Yes, I'm not saying getting through the charging area would be easy. I'm currently thinking it might involve like ducking under the tarpaulin or something.
Maybe.
But if
maybe
you
or
could,
maybe they don't even use the elevator. They just like hide down there and then
or they just hide down there. I'm like, my point is, if this is like the supervisor or Mr. Lee.
yeah.
I don't think it could be Mr. Lee because he was with the reporter. But like if Supervisor Ho or whatever, if he did it, then he might have snuck down and been like, oh, I just got here when the fires came out. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well that's enough time to maybe take an elevator down. Alright, visual blind spot.
所谓盲区，是指视线不能到达的区域吗？
I
Yes.
cannot
这
be
个钢水
seen.
包高2米，直径近1.5米，肯定。可是我和师傅浇筑时站在不同的位置，
Yeah, but you were still
Yeah, but
pretty
it's really
close to
big.
the ladle. Yeah.
浇筑时的分工也是一人作业一人观察。我们俩中总会有一人看着对面的。
老赵，你和阿武作业时站在哪里？和钢水包的距离又如何？
Yeah. They were right next to it.
我平
Time for
时
geometry.
站在
Yep.
钢水包左边，
You have to
我就
do
站我旁
the
边。
cosecant
我们都离钢水包比较
calculations
近。
or we're gonna lose the case now.
我在浇筑平台上
I
观察
hope you
过二人
remember
工作
trigonometry.
Or are we gonna pull up the blueprint and draw like this is where everything was?
二位
You've
的
got to
There
get
we
the
go,
exact
yep.
钢水包
angle.
这都存在盲区，且两个盲区是
There
有
we
交
go.
集，
Yep.
Yep.
那便是疑犯躲藏的地方。
which means it was somebody who knew the floor very well.
钢水包一动，我们也会跟着走啊，一走不就看到他了吗？
Yeah, so he just moved with it.
Yeah. You'd have to know it exactly.
你们一直跟着钢水包走，却看不到钢水包后的疑犯，是因为
They were also moving.
这很简单，他跟着钢水包一起移动，就能一直待在视野
Just like a
区中。
slasher movie villain.
啊，这，没错，那人只要跟着钢水包走，确保自己看不见对面的工人就行了。因为光路是可逆的嘛。
真是有趣的方法。若是刊登在小说专栏里，读者会津津
In a
乐道。
novel or column.
不过，侦探先生恐怕忘了，丁匠木坠炉时引发了爆炸。
Yeah, no, that is a
如果当时有
legitimate.
人在2
Yeah.
号炉前的平台上，不死也会身受重伤的吧？
A legitimate question. I
坠
think.
楼事件
I guess to be fair, when they saw Foreman Ting standing there, they focused on him. So
They did focus on
if-
him, yes.
the murderer was careful about it, they could definitely,
Just
sneak
like
by.
run.
like, yeah, get out of the blind spot as quickly as possible and keep running.
I mean, what if somebody
So,
was
yeah.
injured and hit it?
I don't think we saw anyone
What if
hiding
it
any
was
injuries,
somebody
though.
who was?
我想，
Well, old Lee
疑
is
犯
kind
或
of
许可以在这里躲
exhausted.
避。
True. Like, we didn't see any injuries, but he could have them, like, hidden under his clothes.
Yeah.
Point out the possible hiding spot of the
Okay,
suspect.
so
They could have gone over
I
in
mean,
the
it's-
corridor, maybe? I don't know.
yeah, that's where I was saying. I think that he
Yeah.
hid. I think that's how you could get away with old
这
Lee
里
not
可没法避
noticing.
开现射的钢水。
No, damn
I
it.
think
that's-
it was
还
too
是再想想
close.
吧。
That's
well,
probably
it's
too
like
close.
I mean like the corridor part.
Yeah.
It's
There
I
we
think
go.
it was just the
2号楼右侧的通道并没有
precise
被波及，
hitting.
他当时
Yeah,
可在
I
此处躲
just
避。
hit the wall.
Yeah,
经钢水
the
包掩
precise
护，
hitting. But that was where I was
爆炸发
saying
生
for
时，
old Lee
他的位置
because
已经
it's
离
like
开了
that's the thing where I don't know for sure. It could also be old Lee who did it, but it could be somebody who hid from him there and then
Yeah.
again took the elevator down.
Yeah,
was
just the
distracted.
tricky thing would be getting out of there, but it could be
Yes.
done with
Could be done.
some cleverness. Oh, hello, Ree. Welcome to the
Finesse.
stream. We've got a new
Welcome.
case to investigate. A guy fell into a furnace of molten steel. Lovely.
Yep. It's okay. He was probably already dead when we hit, which we're going to prove eventually.
Yeah, probably.
We think that the killer did a magic trick where they propped him up on a fake guardrail. So the guardrail burned/vaporized, making him fall into the steel and conveniently erasing any forensic evidence.
Yep.
Yep.
趁丁匠木的出现吸引了工人的注意，他躲进通道，
Because, like,
顺利
if
脱险。
this is the flashback they're seeing, he looks very not animate right there.
Yeah. Also, the railing isn't in this image. That might just be a mistake.
Correct, yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe this was the instant when it had burned away and he was about to fall. I don't know.
Burned away. He just fell forward,
听起
face
来，这
planting
个
into the
嫌犯不
steel.
但熟悉炼钢的流程，还深谙人心呢。
He knows exactly the way that this this process works and the way
A
that
criminal
the people move.
mastermind.
Yeah. Like he knows the workings of this forge perfectly.
可这还是
Perfectly.
不对啊！
Someone like old
老爷们
Lee.
说话，哪儿轮得到你插嘴？
Hey, if you have complaints, let us know.
阿武，你觉得哪里还有问题？
Yeah.
我明明看到橡木靠在栏杆上，栏杆突然
Yes.
消失了，才导致他翻下去的。
Now we can present.
若不是神像显灵，栏杆怎会突
The
然消
shrine
失？
didn't. Oh, yeah, there's also a shrine.
Yeah,
It's
this guy
been
was like
unleashing
super
its powers.
superstitious and was
We think the shrine
worshipping
is just drugs.
at this shrine, which, yeah, probably has some kind of drugs in it.
Yeah, it's like a guy kicked it and it started giving off smoke that made him hallucinate. And he's like, I was cursed by the gods. And we're like, That's a bong.
弟弟，栏杆是不会凭空消失的，这个世界也不存在鬼神。
可我明明看见了，我发誓。
She calls a lot of people kiddo for someone who looks like
Yeah.
19 at most.
人在紧张或是害怕
I
时，
am
很容
100%
易出
sure.
现记忆错乱。
我没看错。
文记者为何如此确定阿武看错了？
I think Wu is correct.
昨天傍晚我拍照时，那里就没有栏杆了。
It
The
hadn't been
railing was
replaced
already missing
yet.
because it was being
晚上
replaced.
值夜班的只有填料工老李，
What did old Lee say?
他没去装过栏杆。不信的话，你看这张照片。
Okay.
Okay, so yes, it's definitely old Lee.
果真是空的。
We're narrowing in. Old Lee was on
Necessarily. Like,
duty.
it could have been that he, you know... We already knew that he was the only one on duty. Like, someone else could have still
He was the
snuck
only
in
one on
and
duty,
replaced
but
the
now we
railing.
know that the railing was missing last night when old Lee was on duty.
Yeah, well,
He is...
that would make sense.
Yeah, he feels like the strongest suspect to me.
For sure.
He
For sure.
would know the workings of the forge very well. It can't be our two witnesses because
Yeah, they
they
were on the
have
other side,
alibis
yeah.
for when the thing would have needed to open. The thing, what's the phrase? There was another thing I was gonna say. Knowing the workings of the forge very well. So it seems like I think that Foreman was killed last night because the timing they didn't see him fall until the morning. Again, if we're talking about rigor mortis stuff, it would have had to have been like a decent amount of hours, but there is an exact
Do we know what
range. That's
time
probably why
that was?
Auntie's. Sorry, say again?
Do we know what time the incident happened?
Yeah, we can look at it, but
So
I'm like,
we
that's
saw
probably
him
also
yesterday
why Auntie
evening.
Vu is here, you know? So that she can tell us it's in knowledge.
Right.
So it's in our little book of knowledge, you know? Sorry, what are you looking for?
For his time of death.
Oh, we don't have a time of death.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Everybody's been assuming it was when he was witnessed falling into the ladle.
Well, yeah, no, that's
Which
what I
is
meant,
wha-
the time of the incident.
Yeah, it was this morning, is the thing. That's what people have been saying,
Yeah.
because we were doing the production this morning. And then last night
可我明明看见
is
他倚
when
着
he
栏杆。
was spotted against the
Yeah.
thing. I also thought it had been like at least a day, because it's like, geez, this guy is like,
少
you
等
don't want to
出头
work for a
鸟
whole day. We need to get a detective in here to investigate this. Like, give him some time to maybe
说钢水包
recover.
上方没有
Yeah.
栏杆，说明丁教母
Well,
是自
this
己站在
is,
那里的。
you know, this kind of age where it's just work in the factory and the work never stops.
Yeah, but so my point is, I think that the original death was an accident, or like a heated fight or something, and the whole point of setting this up was to cover up
cover it
the
up,
original
yeah.
crime. Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like it has to have something to do with the shrine and whatever kind of drugs or
Yeah.
experiments or whatever were
Yeah,
happening
the
there.
shrine's gonna be important somehow.
I feel like the
but,
shrine is part of the motive in some way.
Yes, but the shrine did not use its powers.
Yes. Like, I think
As
he
we
got
all
killed
know.
over whatever the hell he was doing with that shrine.
Yes. Because as we all know, ghosts aren't
工
real.
人没有人确定
So,
他
you
的周
know,
围
it's
没
all
有
good.
人。那他是怎么跌入钢水包中的呢？
所以我说他是自杀啊。
That's why I said it was a suicide.
结合侦探先生刚才的推论，或许有人在协助他自杀，
Someone
说不定
helped him to do a suicide.
栏杆消失，丁教母坠落，或许
At the ashes.
这是阿福在栏杆附近找到的粉末。 这些粉末实际上是灰白色小颗粒，还残留着刺鼻的味道。
I wonder what it is
Lingering
exactly.
pungent
这是
smell.
某种物质烧焦后的残
Like
留。
lime or
目
something.
前我们只在坠炉现场的栏杆附近找到过。
这的确不是炼钢会用到的东西。
Or I guess not. I think if it was lime, they'd be like, yes, this
Yeah,
is
they would
definitely
在
recognize
现
lime.
场布置了某种机关装置，造成钉匠木坠落。
Some kind of contraption, dare I
Yep.
say?
真没想到，一个坠炉事故的背后竟如此复
The
杂。
story. Okay, I do. It tickles me that they keep calling it the falling incident. You know, that stabbing scenario.
那到底是什么样
A
的机关？
mechanism is newsworthy. What kind of
这个
mechanism?
嘛，我们还
I
需要
was
再
like,
花时
give
间
me a
研究一下。
minute.
自强运动期间，本班见识了不少西洋机器，
This is not
新奇
that.
精巧。
It's just
着
a
实
rod made of a
No,
material
this
that burns
probably
when it's
isn't.
hot.
若真能还原机
Nah,
关，
this is just like
整件事
some kind
倒
of
是基
stage
本疏通
magic
了。
bullshit. Can be restored,
却非鬼神作祟，而是机器使然呐、
but machinery. This will help my workers to have trust in the steel mill.
疑犯所需
The
完成的一
robot
系列
has
筹谋
simply
颇为
uprised
复杂，
against us.
且离不开丁匠木的配合。
Well, I don't think it. Yeah, no, it didn't
No.
require his cooperation. He was
丁
dead.
匠木又为何会乖乖任人摆布呢？
I'm afraid he
He
already.
already was dead.
那时的丁匠木，恐怕已经凶多吉少了。
Come to harm. I love that phrasing. Come to harm.
Maybe he wasn't dead. He might have just
Yeah.
eaten some bad rice cake.
Yeah, exactly.
阿武说他看到丁匠木时，丁匠木正靠在栏杆上，直勾勾地看着下方。栏杆温度很高，但他并不在乎，因为当时的他已经感觉不到烫了。他的眼睛也不是在看下方，而是闭着。这也解释了为什么丁匠木不是跳下去，而是扑下去的。因此，我怀疑这是一起凶案。
凶案？那眼下，
大人，我们还需再做一轮补充调查。
Another round of
目前虽已
investigations.
大致
Yeah,
推断出了疑
round
犯的作
two.
案手法，但仍还有很多疑团未解开。
Please let us investigate the drug statue.
Yeah, kick it down.
是如何离开现
That
场？
too, yeah.
Exactly.
还有疑犯的身份、作案动机，
As
现
well
在
as
一点
like
头绪都没
who.
有呢。
丁匠木为人执拗，私下或得罪了不少人。
Like, yeah, a lot of people might have wanted to kill that man.
只是眼下，铁厂一天也耽搁不起了。
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it while
说案
we're
性质不同。
making stuff.
若歹人连环作案，对铁厂造成的损失不可估量。如果明早还没定论，
Got a
可替起
point.
草公告压下舆论，再细细调查。
What announcement would you give if the murderer isn't caught? Just like, there's a murderer on the loose,
No.
by the way.
There's a murderer on
That's
the
gonna
loose in
calm
the steel
public
mill.
opinion.
This person knows how to expertly
我相信侦
sabotage
探
our
先生
machinery
一
and
定会
hide
在
from
明
all
早之前
notice.
查明
Yep.
真相。
But you know, keep calm and carry on.
Yep. Well, I'm glad she believes in us.
Yeah.
对吧，大侦探？
Great detective.
沈某尽力。
那就依文小姐的建议来吧。
先生，文小姐怎么又忽然帮我们说话了？
I think
He's
she
like,
just
I
thinks this
don't
is more
trust
interesting.
this. Never
He's like-
trust a reporter.
Like, ooh, you've made my story so much more juicy.
Never
好像完
trust
全
a
不在意输给
reporter.
了先生。
She got a better story out of it. Come on.
Is this what's called journalistic
听到了，小弟
integrity?
弟。谁要跟
You
你比赛啊？
cannot be older than him. Actually, wait, do we have character profiles
I
for
think
her
we
now?
do.
We might have her age.
He's
Is he older
19.
than him?
I'm
Apu is
22.
19.
Oh. She's also 22. Okay.
22. Okay. My comments rescinded. She can call a Fu kiddo all she wants.
对
He
文
is
小姐
his
来说，
senior.
更看重的应该是新闻。
坠炉事故玄机藏，揭示阴谋侦探忙。这个标题怎么样呢？
We don't know it's a conspiracy yet.
先生，我们接下来怎么办？
若坠炉事故发生时，丁将木已经遭遇不测，
Yeah, we need to figure out the real
Yeah.
location of the murder.
说明平楼2层
Yeah.
很可能不是案发的第一现场，
Yep.
得想办法找到第一现场才行。
He was taken to a secondary location.
Alright, I think this is actually probably going to be the best place to stop for today.
Probably, yeah.
Alright. Well, that was a fun
We've got
stream.
through investigation.
It's an interesting little new case we've got going on.
Yes. We've got to find a primary location, we've got to reconstruct a contraption, and then solve the murder.
Alright, I guess that'll be it for today then. Thanks everyone for coming to
See you
watch.
guys.
Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the game. It's, today's Tuesday, right? So I guess
Yep.
next stream will be Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. So I think we should probably be able to finish that case then, probably. I don't know how long it is, but I think
Fingers crossed.
I think we're more than halfway through. Yeah, I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Bye.